right, well, welcome to On the Engine. This is a brand new episode. I have Brynley Fitzgerald, recent graduate from the University of Montana Western. How are you, Bryn?
Good, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So, Bryn, you graduated from Beaver County High School in 2018, multi-sport athlete, all-state volleyball, two-time state champion in the 4x400. And the girls track team 2018, they won the state title. That was awesome. And basketball, all-time leading scorer down at BCHS, 1,155 points, almost the same number of rebounds, which was pretty impressive. 3 first team all-state selections, and most important, 11-time academic all-state selection. So pretty cool.
Thank you.
Brains and athleticism. So we've watched you grow up in Dillon. Your parents both went to UM. Your dad actually won a national championship at UM. Yet, here we go. RJ played for MSU. You went to MSU to play basketball. Now Jace is playing at MSU.
Yep.
What gives?
I don't know. I think just wherever you're wanted is where you got to go, and school and just the opportunity that presents itself. And I think that MSU is definitely a school that's on the rise, and I think they definitely excelled. Jace is continuing to excel, so it's been fun to watch them.
Yeah. So 2 wrongs can make a right.
Right. I guess.
And your sister Hallie is gonna go to Carroll. She has another year left at BCHS. Nothing wrong with Carroll. I went to Carroll, graduated.
Yep.
Hey, Keith?
He's shaking his head over there.
Wrong.
He doesn't know what to say. He's going to turn.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know
he
what to say,
does.
but it's a kid's show.
A lot of athleticism in your family. That means there's got to be competitiveness. So what's it like playing Monopoly or Yahtzee in the Fitzgerald household?
We've officially banned Uno in the house because there was a lot of cheating that was going on. I don't know how that happens, but, it was banned, and now we've adopted Catan. I don't know if you've ever played that, but it gets pretty intense when you won't trade with someone else. So, games like that they're fun, but they're definitely competitive.
Okay. So, like I said, you after you graduated from BCHS, you went to MSU Bobcats your freshman year and played some, and then you transferred to Dillon. What was it like? First of all, what was it like going from a high school program to a D1 collegiate program?
Not much really changed, I guess, in the sense of I think that I work pretty hard. So workouts weren't that different. Obviously, you're having someone there to push you in practice and weights and stuff. But I think the transition was pretty seamless. Definitely speed of gameplay is a lot faster, but I think coming from MSU and playing in the Big Sky versus coming to the Frontier, I think the girls in the Frontier are, if not or more, athletic and competitive, and we obviously saw that when some of the other schools went and played the Grizz and the Bobcats in Idaho State. They hung with them for a long time, so I don't think there's that much of a drop-off between Division I and NAI. I think you can find a lot of really good talent. Obviously, a couple of years ago, they had Bree King, who was definitely a Division I caliber player. We were fortunate enough to get Jordan Sweeney from Idaho State, who did tremendous this year. And
Absolutely.
So
What actually did bring you to Western? Coach Woolley.
Yeah, Coach Woolley was really adamant about me playing here all throughout high school. He told me, my sophomore year, he's like, we're gonna win a national championship, Brynley. Is that something you want to be a part of? And I always just joked around with him, and then I remember calling him and saying, I've just committed to MSU, and he was like, well, my door's always open. And he was actually, I think, the third person I called when I found out that I wasn't going to be staying at MSU, and it was just, I didn't even put my name in the transfer portal. Obviously, watching them win a national championship was pretty special. He's got a great thing going on up here. My family was a big factor in that, too. I enjoy helping out on the ranch, and being closer to home, was
Sure.
cool opportunity.
It is. It's nice being at home. Who was the toughest opponent you played against in your career?
Oh, I gotta say Carroll. They are just, I only beat them one time my whole 4 years that I was here, I guess we beat them twice, but one of them was on a buzzer beater and the other one, I don't even remember, but, they're very well coached. They have a lot of good talent. They get a lot of Division I drop downs as well. I would say, though, we played Dort this year, too, and that was probably one of the most fun games that I've ever had. There was a lot of scoring, and it was just, back and forth the whole game. Coach Willie was like, God, can you guys get a stop? And we're like, we're trying, but, it was point for point. So definitely they were a great competitor, and all the teams at the national championship. We played in Westmont a couple of years ago, and they went on to win the national championship. They broke a record on us, so definitely some good opponents and good teams, well-coached teams.
So what are your plans now after graduation?
So right now I'm just kind of in limbo, I guess you could say. I have an agent, Gene McNulty King. I'm going to try to play overseas. Probably wouldn't find anything out until August just because of the way the WNBA season works. It doesn't get over until July. So still working out, trying to stay active, playing a lot of basketball, getting in the gym, still getting shots up, and then on top of that, helping out my family. And yeah.
Well, good deal.
And just to point out, you only beat Carroll twice, you said? Mm-hmm. Did we go further than them in the national
We
tournament?
did.
Oh,
Yep.
just checking.
Yep.
I wasn't sure on that.
Yeah, I know.
I was sure on that.
Yep, I was sure on that too.
How many Western grads in total going back, as far as you can remember, counting grandma, grandpa, any of the other Helly, Conan,
Right.
Rebish? How many Western grads in your family?
Gosh, I think that would take me a while to count. But both my grandma and my grandpa, my aunt and uncle, and then further back relative. There's 4 really close ones right there. So 4 that I know of for sure, but I can't think of off the top of my head how many others. I guess 5 now. So
I think there's
there's a lot more too, but off the top of my head, those are the 5.
So, with your sister going to play basketball, we'll call it at that place in Helena.
Okay.
What would be the number one thing, advice-wise, you would give her?
Work hard. Everything is earned, nothing is given. So, the minute you step foot on campus, you could be the worst player or the best player, but you have to work every day for your spot. Be the first one in the gym, the last one out of the gym. And I think if you work hard, then good stuff will come. And if you don't, and your values don't align, then, there's always something else or, different paths that can be taken. And so don't stress about the small stuff. Just keep your head straight and
Work
keep
hard.
on rolling. Yep.
I like it. In all the years you played for Willie, I want the funniest halftime speech you can remember.
All right, it was this year. I can think of it. We were at Providence, and I think we were maybe tied or up a couple points. And he came in, and he's not very tech savvy either. He might say he is, but he's not. You should try to see him work the synergy. It doesn't go over very well. But he came in, and he's used to having a whiteboard, right? So he's got this smart board, Promethean board thing, and he can't figure out why the pen won't change colors. So he's drawing over the board, and he starts cussing, and then he goes, well, God damn it, you made me cuss in the house of the Lord. And it was just, everyone just like, we didn't know whether or not we were supposed to laugh. And we were like, and he's like, don't laugh at me, this isn't funny. And I think that was probably my favorite halftime speech from him, And then the second half we came out, and I think we ended up beating him by I think that was one of our closer games, but it was definitely a halftime speech. He didn't mess around with the Promethean board anymore after that, so.
Right back to the whiteboard?
Yep,
Okay, so having a sister going to Western's biggest rival, how do you think it's going to go when her sister shows up to all the games with Bulldog attire?
I always told her, I said, Hallie, I'm your biggest fan. Obviously, I'm extremely proud of her. She's worked really hard to get to this point. The opportunity that Rochelle provided her with, I think, was great. I will always support her. I will always root for her. And I told her I will be wearing a shirt that has her name on it and her number. But deep down inside, I'm always a Bulldog. So
Absolutely. So this goes over your dad's in attendance. So when Jace finishes up at MSU, and your dad goes in the closet and knocks all the dust off all the Grizz stuff, is he going to be allowed at Thanksgiving dinner?
You know, that's going to have to be an arm wrestle between him, RJ, and Jason. I don't know if he's winning that battle anymore.
$100 on RJ.
Yeah,
Make it 1,000.
I've got $1 million on RJ, no offense,
I
but
don't have enough money.
yeah.
Oh, I'd borrow some on that one.
Yep. So, I mean, obviously, you know, we always joke because I think it was hard for him to have 3 of his kids go to his rival school, but ultimately our parents have been so supportive. I mean, my mom got an education from UM as well, and I think they've just been, you know, the utmost caring, and that's all you can ask is that your kids, you know, stay healthy and they go to a school where they're wanted. So, I don't know. He might turn Bobcat. I don't know. He probably still has some maroon deep down in his heart, but
Let me tell you. Whatever your kids do, you support them, but you played for MSU.
Right.
He played for UM. That's still deep-seated. He won a national championship.
yeah, exactly.
Can we show up? Can Engine 18 be there when he walks into Thanksgiving with the jersey on?
Oh, I don't know. The rings, I think the rings would bother the boys more because RJ only ever got a Big Sky Conference ring. He was going for the national championship. I guess Jay still has a chance, but I think if he was flashing the ring around, that would be a little, you know, shot to the heart for RJ.
Well, maybe a little, you know, pre-game before Uno.
Yep.
Huh?
Uno's banned, Keith.
So last question. Can you swear on this video that you will never wear Carol stuff?
I can't. I promised Hallie that I said, because we got into a fight the other day.
Absolutely support her 100,000%.
Yeah,
You don't have to wear purple.
Purple's actually one of my favorite colors, which kind of sucks.
Red's your favorite.
I know. Well, red is my favorite. I think blondes look best in red, so I don't know if that's a thing, but I will definitely support her and, you know, cheer for her. But this year, it's all Western, and then, you know, if she redshirts the next year or whatever her plan is, so.
All right.
I know.
Thought I'd get her to swear right here on video.
Well, thank you guys for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
Yeah, it's been fun.
You know, we're not going to be here forever, and you want to leave it better than you found it.